YouTube's stabs, would it? I wish I could fix my microphone sound. Sounds like absolute horseshit. I have no clue as to why. So that is unfortunate. Yeah, I got no clue. But so here Tubitum, tube, tubula. We're gonna be doing some working on the hooks here. I can take a piss real quick. Actually, be right back. All right, put this hoodie on real quick. All right. All right. So we're working on this overwrite hook, right? We're making functions, fix up the relative functions and whatnot here. I realize we're kind of running into a problem here where we're like, too much recursion. Um, at least the last time's what I noticed. So I think I'm just gonna restart writing this. Try to write this in a better way. It's probably gonna take me a minute to actually remember what I'm doing here for writing it. So first we calculate the function size and the extra size of the function, right? So which are the extra bytes, right? As I remember, let me open up a project, Fuzzle. So if we open up crack muse here, so overwrite hook, right? So yeah, we're calculating the function size, which will be, all the bytes plus these extra zero C's, right? So we have five extras, that's the extra function size. And why is that highlighting? Okay, so and we want to do an overwrite hook, which will copy all the bytes and move them, right, to a new location. So I think the idea would be to start by checking the size to check to see if you have enough size at the current location, right? So the way we do that is we would just say let the size diff equal target underscore size. What would be detour underscore size minus target underscore size plus target underscore extra underscore size. And this will give us the amount of space we have here. So we can then log this. Do I have log enabled? Let's see if I have that in this. I can't remember if I have it in here. So we can log the size difference. So we calculate the function size. Yeah, so we're also going to make a function here to check if it contains the original function. I should probably have to write that, but here, let's first test this out. Uh, so let's go to examples. Overwrite hook. Oh, do I have my camera on? I don't. Okay, good. I thought I had my camera on for a second. That's what I said. Gonna ask people laughing at me real quick. All right, yeah. So yeah, our current hook implementation, we want to do this, right? So you want to grab the value, and then you want to return the value from the original function. If anything, we kind of just want to do this, right? We want to call the print name function with our parameter that we wanted to, and then we want to take its return value and return it from our function, which will then return to there and print out the val, which will be 0. All right. I guess for demonstration purposes, we'll store the value here, uh, and then just say value plus 1. So then we know we've taken it hostage, right? So can run this example, overwrite underscore hook. So we don't actually have logs, so I have to change that. We'll make a print line here. And so we actually get 57 here for our detour size. Um, so I would like, because these are going to be, I like to make these I-64s. So can you do that? Let's see. So, uh, Russ standard. Oh, I should really do I-32s also. So I-32 from, do they have a from U30 U size? No, they don't. I guess it makes sense because it's not really about try from U size. So we can call I-32 try from here. So I-32 try underscore from. Because I would like to avoid using us like sort of implementation here for you. Right, I'd like to avoid that if I could. Um, so let's take target size plus that. So try from return result. We can just return that here. So that'll be our size difference here. I'm just going to rerun that. In which there we get the actual 47 here. Okay. And we can check that in the actual binary, which I think that's right. So there's probably no reason to check it, but we can check it out anyways, though, to make sure we're correct. Koi hook, target, debug, samples. Analyze this real quick. All right, and we'll continue on here though. So we calculate the size difference. Size difference is this. So if size underscore diff is greater than 0, right? So if it's greater than 0, that means the detour size is larger than the size, than the target size and the target exercise. So that means you're going to have to relocate part of the detour, right? But first we will relocate. So what you call a function here? Pod func relocate underscore function. And we'll go into our assembler here. I don't know if such needs to be relocate or in the assembler here, but so we'll relocate the function. Uh, 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 Actually, I'm gonna restart my Emacs real quick so I can get rid of all those extra buffers. What was it called? Koi hook. Alright, so we're gonna relocate this function. Okay, I want to switch to lib. So let's think about this. So we check to see the size if the size difference is greater than zero, right? So that means it is. So that means target. Uh, so let's say print line target larger than size relocating. Let me let me add the logger. This is kind of pissing me off here. So let's add the logger. Let's get our render. Add Tomo here. Let's just copy over the log. So let's log info. Target larger than size. Relocating it. Relocating. Um. Um. Target larger than size. Allocating more space for D or detour larger than target. Allocating extra space for detour. So check to see if the size difference right. That means we're gonna allocate extra space. And so we would like to split up our detour bytes here. So if we go in memory here, so copy bytes, copy underscore bytes. There's like a vec of U8. So we can actually chop off. Let's see. There's a vec you can drain. Standard vec. Here, Emily command address classic. Uh, so we could drain. Remove the subsize kitty about it. So what exactly does a drain give us? Our start is created by vector and sees documentation. So we can turn it into a slice. Or okay. A drain iterator for vec2 should be created by vector. So I think because it implements allocator, uh, so we turn to a slice to say vec from. Oh, I think it's an array though. Yeah, but yeah, we can use drain though. So drain. So we could then take detour underscore bytes dot drain. So we can drain off. It takes a range. Let's see what this is. I've actually used this before. Range bounds by Rust built-in range types produced by syntax. Okay. So range bounds is just like this. Uh, so we can just declare it from. I want to drain the bytes from. Uh, so the difference is 52. So we'd want to start from target underscore size plus target underscore extra size dot dot to the end. Right. Let leftover underscore bytes. Well, actually, we want to do this later. We want to first relocate. Um, so let so target is this. So we want to relocate. So this is similar. So relocate function will take a non-null U8 as an function or func, and then it will take the size of the function here. I guess we really just want to give it to bytes. So yeah, it'll take its function. Does it need its actual pointer? I don't think so. Um, original underscore address. So this could be original address, and we pass in the bytes themselves. Maybe we don't even need to take the copy the bytes right here. I guess we don't really need to do that, do we? Yeah, we don't really need to do that. We need to say size. Do size. And then we'll let target bytes copy over here from original address at size. So copy over their bytes here. And we'll virtually allocate. So virtual alloc. Do we have an allocation method set in memory yet? So let's go make a function for that. So pub function allocate. So return back an address. And we need virtual alloc. So let's do a virtual alloc. Windows virtual alloc. Let's debug. All right, so we don't care about the address here. The size. Size will just be size. It will be mem underscore commit slash mem underscore reserve. And it will be, I think it's read, write, execute. Or page underscore execute, read, write. All right, we're gonna do that for now. And so yeah, virtual app will return a C void in which we will take a non-null new to that C void, then dot cast it into a U8. That's really all we have to do here to allocate a new size here. So we will just call let new address equal memory allocate. Pass in our size here. So it can't fail, so we actually return a result. Okay, so we allocate the size, we do a new address here. Then we will copy over our new bytes. So let's go memory. So copy bytes memory will take a destination, a source, and a size. So honestly, we can just make this non-null actually. And then we can just not have to do any of this. Uh, so copy bytes memory dot destination dot add size. I don't think we need to return this either, but I guess we can return it and just not use it. I'm not sure if I use it somewhere else in the code. I can't remember. So memory copy underscore bytes to memory. So it takes a destination. So destination will be new underscore address. Oh, this takes a source. I already have the bytes though. I guess we don't need to do this. We can just say new underscore address dot copy from uh oh, I see why now I had it as I see now why I had it as a constant return UA because so I can use it as just target underscore bytes as pointer and then a size. So that'll copy bytes to that location. Yeah, that's why I had it like that. Okay. So arguably we can just say target underscore bytes dot len here just to make it a little bit better. And yeah, that'll copy bytes to that memory location. Okay, so that now we relocated the function. Right. Uh, so we will let new underscore target underscore address equal. So we'd like to return new address. So new underscore address. New address will be a non-null U8. And we'll say okay for that. So new target address would be disassembler. I guess this is more likely to be in memory. It's not easy disassembler at all, so move that over there. So we'll just call memory relocate function, which it will take a target, and then a size, which will be target underscore size. Okay, and that will get our new target address here. Dope. Um, so we will. So actually, we don't need to do this inside of here. We will do it though, because we need to do that anyways. Let's look at the size diff here, and then we will do this log here. So logging the target allocating extra space for detour. So yeah, uh, log info relocating target function. So we'll find a couple of errors here. And with the name cast for enum. Okay. So we will Let's get rid of some of these errors here. So updating the relative offset, it would need the relocation difference, but thing is, read relocation offset, we're not using that anymore though. So bytes.add offset, read unaligned. So when you read it, you don't actually need a relocation difference though. To so read update relative offset, read relative offset, found relative offset equals this. So you don't need a relocation difference. I don't know why I have that. Read relative offset. Yeah, I don't know why I had it like that. How is update relative offset is never used? What the fuck? I see it used like 5 times up here. Relative offset, update relative offset. So what? I don't know what the ever used. Okay. Uh, get rid of the pub. Maybe that's why. I guess because here, let's go to our. Let's just use this real quick. Fix up relatives. What does it take? Bytes, mutable, wait. So address. So it just takes. So we're gonna get rid of that new target shit. I don't know what the fuck I was doing over here. So we're gonna do that. Drove offset. Okay. Because it's gonna need the new address of our function here, so we'll create a separate function for that. But fix that function relatives. Should just take bytes, immutable reference to bytes of U8. Interesting. So I guess when we relocate the function, we don't actually want to relocate the function yet. So relocate function. So we also can just have allocate, allocate space for function. So I guess it's for memory. We'll just give an address. We don't even need that. I just need the size. It'll actually just call allocate internally. So I guess we won't need to do any of that. We can just call memory allocate. Okay. So instead of relocating the function automatically, we really just want to call memory allocate here and allocate based off of the target underscore size. So let new underscore target equal this, right? So relocate target function. We're not actually relocating target function yet. We'll probably do that down here. Fix up relatives, then we'll relocate the function. So we allocate size for our target, then we want to copy in the bytes. So let target underscore bytes equal memory copy underscore bytes. And we'll take a target and target underscore size. So that will give us our bytes here, which will give us immutable. And we'll say at mute target underscore bytes. Right. Just similar here. The new address will be new underscore target dot address dot into. Okay, so that should allow us to fix up the relative functions. And then we can relocate the target function, which will basically just actually be us copying memory here, I think. It'll just be us doing copy bytes memory. So we will do that. Relocate target function, add new target address, and which is just going to be memory, copy bytes to memory at the new address, at the target bytes at length, right? And then we can just let this be a lot underscore equal because we don't actually care about the return value here. And so that would have been the relocation. And then we'll handle this down there. But so we can make a new function here called relocate underscore target, right? Tub function. And this will just return a result of non-null U8 because this will be our new address. And then we can basically just do we can just take a target of non-null U8 and the size of U size. Right. And then we will just do all of this inside of there. Also that. So we'll just call this relocate underscore target. Pass in target and target this size. Here we give a reference to our non-null here. Yeah. So expect structs. Let's go to our memory here. So we're gonna fix that. Copy bytes. I want this to be a reference to our non-null. Alright. So we can go to our overwrite. We can just loop here so the program doesn't exit. And dash dash example overwrite underscore hook. So we patch the instructions here. Found relative instruction branching, call. It never printed because we don't actually kill buffer compilation. So I should have to go into here and steal my initialization. So relocating target function to this address. Okay. Right, so we overwrote a couple. So this is probably one we overwrote right here. Found relative instruction patching is probably what we patched there. So we actually try to see this. So this address plus this value. So calculator. I believe this is, we take a look at it in Gauge. Uh, right name. So load effective address. This right here, I believe, is what it is. And it is just a 1, actually. Is that the one we're looking at here? Where is the one that grabs the name? Hmm. I could have sworn there would have been a name here we could look at. Did I not? Oh, is it because we pass any string into the function? Well, there's still going to be that format string though. So format, puts it to the string parameter. Yeah, I thought the string would definitely be right here, but I guess not. We'll be in main though. Let's go to main. All right. Well, anyways, so let's go look. Where's our print name function? Print name here. We're looking at the same function here, load RDX. This value is here. So we can just go and take a look at that in this address plus this address plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus 7. So that actually gives us nothing. So that is not good at all. So as you can see, we've got these calls here that are not right whatsoever. So let's go into here. So relocate target to fix up function underscore relatives. So let's see. So relocation difference is the original address minus the current address. So this will just be an I-64 relocation difference. I'm not sure why I made it this. So it will be a size T, and we'll let the no, I mean it had to be a size T, then as a 64 pointer right unaligned. Because yeah, so my would I be putting it in right? So new target minus the original address, yeah. So that should be the relocation difference. Um, original, uh, new. So T, prim int. So num traits prim int. So we should just be to say T from God, right? Okay. What the fuck are you talking about? So this returned, fuck me. So the problem is location efforts has to be an I-64, I think. Um, so relocation difference is this big ass number. So let's actually put that into hex. But now we'll just say relocation difference is this, whatever. But I-32 found this is for, okay. As I-32, as I-32. So is this too big for a number? Uh, an I-32 can only be 32 bits. So 8, 16, 24. Right. So I guess that's chill, I guess. Only 32 bits, that's chill. So if we turn it to a D word, it will truncate it. It's because each one of these is a okay, so 2 bytes or 1 byte, 2 byte, 3 byte, 4 byte. So that is the difference right there. And that's a problem because we can't turn this into I-32s. So we relocate this thing, trying to update its offsets. Is it going to work? Because they're going to be too large, right? That's what you gotta understand. Is like they're 32-bit offsets, but we're locating them into a random ass place in memory, right? Not within the text section. It's just somewhere fucking random as hell. So we try and relocate them to like somewhere in the data section or something, and like make it executable. So this is in the headers here. So thing is, will the dot text section ever have any open space though? It's just gonna be filled with function definitions, so I guess we're gonna want to. Well, no, because then if we're doing a bunch of allocations, how could we fix that? We'd really have to make those absolute addresses. Like, if we find an RIP relative move or anything, we'd have to just change it to an absolute. Uh, Realistic. If we actually wanted to do this, we'd have to change these to relative to absolute, which it's probably a little bit more difficult than I would hope it to be. Let's see, so print name. Oh, don't ouch me if you ain't gonna throw me. So this one, it can only be 4 bytes. So the difference being that large, I have to add. So the difference being that large. So do we have to change? Yeah, I mean, we have to. There's not really any other choice. Or telephone bill. Let me. No, it still won't work. Here, let's see how would we. Let's take a look. x86 reference. So a lot of effective address. Take a look at this one. Don't throw me. I'm getting back. Getting closely. Effective address. Um, pizza. The effective address is the second operand, source operand, the store, and the first operand, destination operand, the source operand, the memory address, offset part. So currently uh it's doing 4.8, which is the rex prefix, plus 8D with our register. So it's loading an effective address into a 64-bit register. Yeah, I mean that's kind of not really gonna work. I mean, it can work, but it's like, do I really know? So yeah, we have the rex prefix, then its little thing here. Its operand encoding is RM, which means operand 1 is stored within the mod RM reg byte, and then the operand 2 is stored within mod RM. Hmm. What address instructions for requisite? Cannot load an absolute support address in general. It cannot be encoded through the absolute size and the record absolute. Alright, so the problem here though, if I do this, I'm gonna have to move. I'm gonna have to move everything here. Like I'm gonna have to move everything all around the place. Every time I come across an RIP relative memory access, I'd have to move. So we have to copy all these bytes, move them down by an offset, and then update this. So, I mean, which we can try that. We could try that. Right. So let's take a look. What is a move? So let's take a look at the move instruction here. Move. Try to get to the fucking move, bro. Like what the fuck? So move an immediate 64. So you can't move an immediate 64. All right, let's see if we can actually construct that here. So we're using ice. So ice construction. Uh, with underscore branch declared by I'm assuming move SQ is for moving a signed quad word. Move SQ. Move keyword from address. Move keyword from address. Pretty sure I just want to move. What about move SW? Datum string to string, no. So why does it have these different move ones, but doesn't have a normal move? That's what I don't fucking get. Move data from string to string. Okay, move SB, data string to string. Okay, move SQ. Move data string to string. Okay. So it's just not at all what we want. Fucking all. Okay. So dope. So this thing just. So you don't have a single. Okay, create instruction with no operands. With one operand. Okay. Um. Pop underscore RM64. I ain't born, focusing on extension cords, not allowed to storm. So, fails of one of the operands is invalid basic stress code value. First operand, for example, register an integer, memory suffix is memory operand, second operand, op1. So I think we want to do like this. With two, and we want it to be code move, so let's go here. Let's kill our compilation here. Call create move 64. So rock boxing, looking, looking, produce.
One stop that buy list. Buy head of that grimy shit. She wanna touch me, my eyes so lovely, but bitch I'm ugly, disgusting. Oh, you can't cuff me, I had enough don't try to touch me, I'm too official. I blow the whistle like a referee. So pay attention, but I dismiss you. I'm ice water like a igloo. Ho, I'll get rid of you, my little boo. She ain't my main bitch, her tears are clear blue. She crying, my niggas dying, but we just laughing for you. Trying, but we ain't trying, but we still smashing you. I'm with my gang and we coolin' in the mountains. She wanna fuck, but her pussy got some mileage. I'm so nostalgic, but why these niggas doubting? We hella clouded, but boy, don't play yourself. This ain't no game, bitch. This ain't no fucking boy band, this is my game, bitch. I don't speak English, only speak Japanese, they don't speak my language. You can ask them folks, you can ask your hoe, I do my thing, bitch. You can ask them folks, you can ask your hoe. This
Okay, so uh, turn some chill on real quick. All right. So we would first want to calculate the IP here. You ain't nothing about it, internet hoe. Let address of the instruction, right? Because we want to read the relative offset here. Oh, I wish we could just do it from the instruction. That's what I don't understand. Like, you have but an internet hoe. So let's just call immediate. Let immediate equal.
Beat a nigga silly, then make him run home. Then follow with my bitch boy, Cuba be at home. If she want a southern boy, Memphis 10 be my home. Hate trying to please girls, cause they hate when they alone. But I swear, when I'm done, all she wanna do is bone.
I think it will be. It will be the second operand. So operand of the second operand. Just wanna take it slow. I wanna know. Just say as after the 2 for now. Even though this isn't gonna work at all, but honestly, let's just get rid of this shit. And then let's just get rid of relative offset. We'll leave that how it is for now. Relocation diff will always be. We'll leave it as T. To do fix this dog shizzle. So it panicked uh and iced, I guess, trying to get the invalid operand one. Pretty sure it's the second operand. Unless it counts that as an operand. I hope it doesn't. Oh, okay. Immediate is equal to 0. See, now that's what I want to figure out though. How immediate is equal to 0. Because this looks like it's a fucking. So yeah, this appears. It's only 4 bytes long though. Is it auto computing the relative addresser? I think that's what it's doing. That's actually pissed me the fuck off that it's doing that. How do I figure out the op kind, bro? So you can call dot op kinds. Okay, so we're just gonna call dot op underscore kinds. And then for op, op, and ops dot editor, or what was it, log info op. Register memory. So memory. So ends dot memory displacement, but displacement equal this. So because you want to get it, if you want to get its RIP relative offset, to take this minus ends dot IP minus ends dot length, and that would give us our IP, which I'm just gonna run this up real quick. It's actually pretty close. F. So I bet if we load this, well, we can actually take a look at his address. So look at the original function here. So F434B, right? F434B. So yeah, that is the original RFP relative offset. F434B. Okay, cool. So we wanted to generate. Let's do the exact same thing, except we're just going to move the address. So we want to generate a new create move instruction. All right. So let's first just make sure we can. So let's see, how do they create a function? How do they create a instruction here? So new with two. So we have two operands. So new underscore with two. So instruction with two. With two. It's gonna take a code. So move. C move. I wonder what the fuck that means. So what the fuck is C move? So that's literally just not at all what I just want the normal move. So move. So I think that's what we're gonna do right here. Move into a register. So code that right register register. So we can actually get the register here from the op kinds, right? Uh, let op one um so generic of a type T first operating a register. So enum register. So we're gonna say op0 underscore register. So op0 equals ins dot op0 underscore register. So I'll grab its register here, get rid of op dot kinds, and we can say op0, right? Um, click on where we're here. And then we want to just give a M64, right? So memory location, in which I would like to actually just give it this entire address actually. Uh, so we're gonna say memory operand, memory oh, operand with underscore displacement of ends dot memory displacement 64, and then displacement size will be 8 bits, and then we will just print line our log info new new instruction. And then we'll have old instruction here. I don't actually need to calculate this displacement because we can just use the actual absolute address here. And then yeah, we can run this real quick to see what this looks like. So we got the old instruction, new instruction here. We'll see what this thing looks like. You ain't nothing but an internet hoe. Mm-hmm.
Dashboard didn't even know. Boy, I'm cutting plastic sitting on water like a boat. Bitch, I made a whole movement. Niggas better take notes. Polo PJs coming out like young Dro. Put a blunt in the air, disappear like smoke. Make your little bitch melt
Melt
like
like
butter on
butter on
toast.
toast.
It's a new summer, bitch. Nigga,
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
make a toast. Only show up when it's water, nigga, like a rainbow. Beat a nigga silly, then make a run home. Then follow with my bitch, boy. Cuba be a home. If she want a southern boy, Memphis 10 be my home. Hate trying to please girls,
Alright,
cause they
so
all
we
play low.
actually
But I
made
swear
the
to
new
God, baby,
instruction
all
here.
she wanna do is bone. Say she
So you
wanna
want
take
to
it
take it
slow.
slow,
Where you
and
wanna
it's
go?
gonna
She
go
wanna take it slow.
slow.
Let the people know. Everybody wanna
Lengthy
know how I
goals.
do it. Oh, I just wanna touch the soul. The fish spirit
Maybe
flow.
when it's what ends stuff. When we want to take it slow, I just want to
Say she wanna take it
take it
slow.
slow.
Where you wanna
Wanna
go? She
go,
wanna take it slow.
oh.
Let the people know. Everybody wanna know how I do it. Oh, I just wanna touch your soul. I feel spirit close. Drive around the city slow. Let the people know. Heart break
Why
in the hole.
is the length
Make it slow.
zero?
Say she wanna take it slow. Where you wanna go? Everybody wanna know how I do it. Oh.
What the fuck? Uh, but
It's that marble motherfucking daughters rockin' started going for the sauce ain't tartar, bitch, it's barbecue. Bitch, I be that breadcrumb covered motherfucker, bitch, I'm fucking southern fried. Lying to all you lookalikes just to further you from the truth. Sipping white wine, they committed suicide. Now I'm sipping red wine in the booth. Blowing on the blunt, puffing up, being slick, go proof, go cool. On the beat, steady getting money like a toll booth. Now I'm just playing, bitch, I'm broke, slaw, broke too. Rider than that drop top with the whole crew. No proof, white pearls with one go to. Ride to the sun up. Old trucks with the top up. Yeah, these bitches still stutter. Young Christ and I'm smoking no butter. Just another white creep with no respect. Every day I hold my bread trying to meet debt. No check, no balance, and no debt. No money, no cause, but I'm on flex. See, you motherfuckers don't get that I could give a fuck about this rap shit.
so
Gone
take
with the
underscore
old fuck
buffer,
nigga
return the
case.
buffer,
Now
initialize
I'm
the
in the
internal
race.
buffer.
Slab got your back bent.
Okay.
Nigga, fuck a bitch, you motherfucker. Watch your clone suicide now like the other. So if you wanna meet the devil, shit, I got him. Please
So let's
don't
just
take
create a new
offense.
encoder here. So
Let me get the keys to the road truck.
encoder
Let me get the
new
keys to the road truck. Let me
64
get the
let
keys to the
encoder
road truck.
equal.
Let me get the keys
We
to
want
the
to encode
road
instruction to return the size. Okay, so uh encoder dot encode. Actually won't call length on here because that's not working for some reason. So we're gonna pass in our new ends. RIP will just be I'll just set it to address for now. All instruction, load up address. Must be failing here silently, yeah. Displacement must fit in an I-32. I guess it should be immediate then.
This is a Snake exclusive. Told her call me Sensei Master Seafood when she see me. It's just 3 a.m. I'm smoking gas until I'm sleepy. I don't know them niggas, I'ma do 'em like I'm Stevie. And like I don't see 'em, I ain't even gon' get even. I don't have no problem cut you off, that shit easy. Looked at her confused when she walked up and said she need me. I'm back in my mode again, I guess can say the scene switch. I'm back with this shit again, can say this shit the reason. They like where you been, hustle God, we been fiending. Switch the frequency, I had to reconnect the feelings. Read the court like Curry in this game, I'm so strategic. She see how I'm moving, she keep calling me a genius. I take real hate over fake love easy. Yeah, it's always for me till you look up and you need me. Never know the date, I barely keep up with the season. I'm out with the moon, my final form is in completion. Told her call me Hasu with my style of Japanese style. That's not a shooting star, you just got a glimpse of me leaving. Gotta send a hologram to a satellite to reach me. She say hustle God, the only God that she believe in. Praying to myself, portrait on the wall like I'm Jesus. I don't fuck with you, man, I treat you like they for a reason.
So we want this to be an immediate value. I don't know how to fucking do that though. Fails if one of the operands is valid. Basic checks. Okay, first operand, register, enter. I guess we're just gonna say that right there. Okay, that's how it goes down. Okay. What? Why? Okay, this is now failing. Let's check out this. Failed. Up one isn't immediate operand. Okay, so it needs to be moved with the immediate operand. So code move. That's 64 immediate. Okay. Okay, cool. Now it's good. Let me actually quit being retarded here with these expects and just put fucking question marks. And then on this thing, just put a question mark and return a result. Like, I don't know, I'm not propagating errors. I'm just over here fucking playing hee haw. Okay, 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 okay. Alright, so dope. Now we're able to read the instruction and code it. Alright. Okay, cool. So now for new instruction, we can then re-encode them all back into bytes. So, see, now I would like to have an encoder. This will actually just return an instruction. And our encoder we can actually just have this. All right, so we create an encoder here. Uh, and it will just encode each new operand at the end here. So we will just encode new instruction. So let new underscore ends equal this entire thing here, right? So that'll be our new instruction, and then we will just place it at the IP. Uh, um, ooh, yeah, sure. We'll just put it at IP, whatever. It doesn't actually matter. We'll just say 0 for the IP. Fuck it. And so this will continuously spit out new instructions. So, yeah, cool. Yeah. So create. Uh, so I'd like this to new instruction. I guess we make this parse instruction here. Func parse underscore and ends, right? Or process instruction, in which it will return back an instruction, and it will just take an instruction. And we'll do all this stuff on the processing here. So we're going to say return, so this will return a result. And then we will just say, okay. Here you'll say new instruction was process ends, pass and ends, turn that. What the fucking shit is going on, bro? What the hell is happening here? Oh, so it's just a random ass fucking thing. Okay. Okay, so new instruction length. We'll place that right there. It's relocating target function, relocation difference. RP relative. Uh, what the fuck? Near branch, huh? So what the fuck just happened? Why is this thing not what the let me go back to start. I'm not propagating up that error. So relocate target. So I'm not propagating my errors here. That's my bad. Branch is too far away. Next IP target diff must fit. And I'm assuming that's because we put in some random shit here. So that actually matters. Interesting. So new instruction, I didn't change that, did I? We new friends. I guess we're not going to write down the length, I guess, because it's not working properly. Alright, cool. So now it's moving an immediate value into RDX. So let's go to our koi hook here. Go to our trampoline or overwrite hook here. So in koi, let's nah. I'm gonna need to have a couple function calls. That's true. So we can't really do anything about function calls. Let's say let's just test like adding some stuff and then we read no relativity, and so it wouldn't really matter at all. Okay, so we fixed up the relocations. We need to fix up the calls. So process the instruction, create move from relative low effective address. Now if we have a branch, we need to create it to an absolute call. Right. So create absolute uh far branch from near branch 64. Okay, so basically the same thing here. Pub function here. We're just going to return an instruction. It's gonna be a little bit different because the op zero register, it's not gonna be a register, right? Where it says it's gonna have to be a call. So it's just gonna be a call to a function here. So we don't need that. Okay, 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 okay. So do they have call? Uh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah. So RM means register slash memory. Let's look at the call function. So I don't want to call near. That's the problem. That's what we're doing here. Is we're doing a E8 here, so call relative 32. Call near to relative displacement relative to the next instruction. Why can't you perform an absolute call to a 64-bit address? State outside doesn't compile and linked from machine code and create 540 the desired function trying to pass that to the contract by notice that the contradicts at most. See, that's the problem though, is we have to use a register, right? So we have to move, but they overwrite one of the registers is the problem. And I mean, we could just push a register, then move whatever value we want to in the register, and then pop the register afterwards, I guess. It's really going to be what we're going to have to do, though, is the problem. Like, we are actually going to have to do that. We're going to push a register, push the register onto the stack, then move our value into it. Because we don't want to overwrite one of the registers, right? So that's kind of the problem here. Like, we could get away with overwriting RAXer, right? Let's see, call. Yeah, we could get away with calling or overwriting RAX. RX is gonna have to return. I mean, can't we just use always RAX here? So Rx will always have the return value. Um, well, registers don't get changed through stack frames, so that's kind of the problem with that. Which the stack will. So I guess we will have to actually push and pop here. So let's just let uh, push equal instruction code. So call RM64. I'm very back. Yo, I'm back. It's good up in here. Well, I guess y'all never noticed me leaving, but um, so yeah, we're gonna do this call here. I was just actually coding it. Forgot to screen share. Um, I forgot to. Did I even start my recording? Yeah. So I'm making an instruction with two operands here that will move racks our memory displacement here. So it'll move an immediate 64-bit value into racks. Here we're just gonna call, and we're going to call a register, which is going to be racks. So new instructions will just be let new underscore ends one. So I think that's how we're going to do it right there for creating a far branch from your branch. But then we'd have to return multiple instructions here. So this is actually going to return, uh, well, let's just call it a vec here. Well, no, we can return just an array of two instructions. And okay, instruction one, new underscore ends two. Maybe I can return an iterator. Oh no, the iterator will just sort of be deallocated here. So yeah, we're going to have to return an array here. And then here we will return a vector with instructions. Uh, new instructions equal to a new vec. This. And then here we'll just be like, all right, new underscore instructions dot push that. And then if this is the case, let new underscore instructions dot extend from slice, passing that slice right there. So that should be good there for that. And then here we just return new instructions. But that doesn't handle the case if we don't do any of that. I guess we can just say if new underscore instructions is empty, then we will push instructions dot push ends. Let's see if this compiles here. Use undeclared type of register. Okay. Argument number three is missing. Supposed to be with one. Or one instruction is missing. Oh, okay. So I actually need to pass in the instruction here. Forgot about that. Expected at instruction found a vector of instructions. Okay. For ends and new underscore ends. Iter. Not mutable. Okay. Alright, so new instructions will be move racks and call racks. Patching, okay. So that should handle really all of this stuff here. So now we should just be able to fix up fix up function relatives. Uh so we would want to do bytes dot clear and then bytes. Just don't really need bytes dot clear or anything. We just do bytes equals encoder dot let's see. Take buffer. Let's return back of bytes. Yeah, so dot take underscore buffer. And yeah, that should really be all we have to do there. Let me just dereference that. Okay, so that'll fix up our relocation relatives. So let's go back to our lib. Relocating target function. Uh, Parent size. Right, and then target bytes. Blog info. New size of target. Target underscore bytes dot UN. So we should see that it's a new um, size here. So current size is 6B, new size is 83. Okay, so it worked correctly here. And it wrote those new bytes to this new address. And we can take a look at this memory here. Which we see it has updated. And a bunch of calls to racks, bunch of bullshit here. But it's kept relatively the exact same thing though. Move RDX, yeah. So we can actually run this here and see if this works. So that'll replace that. And we will return new target. So let's go to our overlay hook. Let's just make sure let new underscore print underscore music of this. Um, and I would like to then standard mem transmute. So type uh print name t will be equal to fn at string. So this thing will be a print name t new underscore print name. Keys to the other dog. Let me get the keys to the other truck. I think non-null is just a wrapper around it. So I think this should be fun to do this. So yeah, koi does get caught. So this actually, okay, so that our implementation here worked. We relocated to entirely new address. Um, and yeah, it worked. Okay. Yeah, let's make sure we're returning to target, right? Yeah, new target. Yeah, we are returning target. So it's calling that new address. Okay. So our implementation works here for the relocation of the function. Now it is time to work on overwriting this thing here. So, all right. So now that we've got our new target function, we need to now relocate our main function Reno. So let's relocate underscore detour. We'll call this. So we'll call it detour non-null u8. Right. We'll have its size. And then we'll return back our new thing here. It's kind of the exact thing that we had here. But we also will need, so detour, it's going to need its new location. So new location, which will be a non-null U8, right? Be reference to a non-null U8. Um, and then we'll have target underscore new location, which will also be a non-null U8, right? The reason we need these two, I believe, is because we're going to take our detour, right? Or write it into the new, into its new location, which is the target's old location. Right, so we can actually just rename this to target underscore old location. We need some order, but so yeah, so we're gonna do that. All right, so target old location, target new location. Uh, so we're going to need the new location for when we come across a call to the target's old location, and then we will sub that in for this new location, right? Does that make sense? So, um, so relooking the detour, we will need we will need the size difference, right? So I guess we will take a size diff. So size and square difference. of an I-32. Uh, and then we will do this stuff in here. It's which we can actually just so we'll have the detour bytes. Okay, so we can get rid of this. Relocate underscore detour. Right, we'll pass in the detour. The size, which would be detour underscore size. The target, right? New underscore target and size underscore div. Uh, new underscore this. All right. So, uh, okay. So we will do this right here. I'd like to see what exactly this looks like. Because I've never actually used this drain. So can we drain? So drain, we'll return back a drain. So is this an iterator? Yeah, it is an iterator. So we can actually just collect that. So dot collect into leftover bytes. And then let's just log info leftover underscore bytes. Leftover. I guess we would just do detour, or we just do size, size underscore div. Copy underscore bytes. Uh, copy. So we can cast that to use size. So use size from uh oh okay, we're just gonna use the cast because I wanna do all that shit. So leftover starts at 232. So it starts here. So those are the leftover bytes right there. Um, okay. So for this, let's go and allocate space over here. So we don't need to worry about leftover bytes here. So let's get rid of that. So leftover bytes. So it's allocate memory. Allocate some space here. Or leftover underscore bytes dot len. Leftover address equal this. See my leftover address right there. Then we are going to go on ahead and let's see. So copy the leftover bytes. Then we I'm gonna copy them over. So uh memory. So copy bytes to memory. So copy bytes to memory. We're copy to leftover address. Leftover bytes. Leftover bytes dot len. So we're gonna copy it over there. Then we need to fix the relocations. Alright, so we need to fix up this thing. So we have to call it sort of fix up relatives. Well, for these leftover bytes actually. Before we copy memory. Uh alright, so we fix up the function relatives for uh leftover bytes. The address, its new address is going to be leftover address dot address into. Original address will just be detour, right? Um, we'll copy bytes over there. So let's print off. So then let's print line. Detour larger than target. Alligator shows a detour. Log info. Done. Setting up extra space for detour. And then we'll just pass in leftover underscore address here. I'm floating So it was working, it was just kind of fucked up. Okay, so yeah, it does set it up actually. And this call to racks will be a call to the original function, won't it? Can't you see? This should be the OG function. It's not its a new address though. It's gonna be the problem.
Screenshots of my texts in your camera roll.
Is that the
Man,
OG
I swear
function?
to God, I'm sick of
What does
all
print
these
name poke even
camera
do?
hoes. I don't wanna fuck unless you
Print
got the
name, print
camera
name poke.
toe. All these niggas bite me, but they still starving though. I love this rap shit, but I ain't reached my bargains though. Rap niggas copy me, they see my artist grow. Y'all niggas ain't shit,
I
you
don't
a
think.
artist choke. Niggas
Oh,
used to
that's not
say
gonna be it.
Cajun rap too slow. Now everybody playing turtle, y'all can get rolled. Want a relationship, bitch, sign this oath. Me and your bitch making $100 toast. She love a nigga, got her trying to use my lingo.
7FFF 6F4 BF1 093. I mean this print name plus 93 bytes. Um, um,
You can call me Tiger Woods, boy, I'm filthy
here
rich.
now.
I got fools mad as fuck cause I control the knowledge. Bitch, I'm flawless as can be and you can't do nothing about it. You need to kill yourself
So
before
this is
you
a
wish you
call
could.
core panicking,
Hating on me will get you left out. And your
and
family
this is the
members is
function
what you
here.
texting about. I got money in my hand,
So
I
this is
know
apparently a
how to
call to
count.
core panicking here.
And I feed my people too, we do look better now.
Uh,
Fuck all you rappers, I ain't one of y'all. I hate you niggas.
thing is,
So
that's
I
not at
kill you
all what
all.
this function does, so something's
Fuck the
wrong here.
industry, I'm finna burn it down. Don't think that we cool, bitch, I will cut you now. Swimming in his blood is how that boy was found. Disrespect me and get your ass surrounded. When I speak, I can make these walls crack. I'm in full beast mode when I go
So original
attack.
was a call to
Fuck
something.
my style and I can peep that. But bitch, I'm
So
just
first
flexing,
found a
you can't sneak
call
that. Wolf feel swinging like a
to
maniac.
this.
I got the mountain boy jacket with the compass.
So call to 90.
Police read fake niggas in all directions. But I ain't tripping, I put that blade up in him. The radio is awful, keep it from the children. I'ma lose my mind when they interview me. I'ma talk so bad, them folks gon' wanna sue me. I'm smoking with your bitch, watching Foolie Cootie. She wanna fuck on me, but I won't let her do it. I'd rather smoke my weed while I keep it moving, you bitch.
So that was a jump short right there. So 7-0 jump short. So we need to handle that because now we transform a jump short into a move RAX call. Which not what we're trying to do there. But effective address in RCX, let's see where that is. Sets this data value. and recall, so we're calling 240. So, okay, no, found out to, so call this address, place that with this. So, I mean, I think that's not that at all, though, because this is the core panic const add overflow. Push or repeat. Getting remotely close. It might be an Ishington. That might be a Ishington. So found out your relative. Okay. So I think this is good right here. DA. Yeah, so we move in. Let me take a look at this. So 8975. So let's take a look, see if this is right. So BA. No. It's a pointer to this thing right here. So it's just an address to a pointer to the data section, I guess. Hi from inside front screen. Okay. Oh, because it's loading the effective address, but the effective address is no, it should be calculating that properly though. Yeah, because that's what it should be. I think that makes sense right there. Unless see, I think that worked, but I'm not really. I don't know if I'm sure about that though. That is this right? Fix up address, original address, yeah. I mean, yeah, it looks about right. So I don't actually ever use this relocation difference. Kind of setting all these absolute addresses based off of the RIP. Come in, Bob, with me, ho. I know this though. That's just not even close to what it is, and that's what's confusing me. Because that's what it says it is. but it's just not what it is though. So it's gonna call. Yeah, so our new detour is gonna be located here, right? Which we just moved this, so we can now we can scroll up a little bit. So moving AX, so call parent underscore name. So this should be parent underscore name, but it's nothing. Like, do you see the problem here? That's what we gotta figure out here because this is right though. If we're gonna print name, you know, the final one here is studio print, custody print. We can go to it. Same with this thing. Just hop into it real quick. Push RP, push RSS, sub RSP. Yeah, so that's right. That's interesting. I wonder why these are different and not working compared to the other one. Coming by with me, ho. Coming by with me, ho. With me, ho. We don't really do anything different either. Here we just do the same shit. We copy the bytes. We were draining the bytes, but it's the same thing. Fix up relatives, do the same shit. New targeted address. Target address, yeah, new address. Come and vibe with me, ho. 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 I can't figure out why that is, TBH. Because if that one works, they're doing the exact same thing. The relocation never actually happens. We never have to use this relocation difference. I think we'll just get rid of that. Um, yeah. Actually using the. See, this is interesting. I wonder how I should do this here. Because this is not how it's supposed to be. Let's rerun this here. So detour larger than target allocating extra space or detour. Okay. Is this the function right here, actually? That looks like it is. It's at 1000. Print underscore name. Sub 80, RCX 20, RDX. Okay, why? Okay, so that it's 70 bytes away. How is that possible? It because uh the only thing I think of is oh, it's using original address as used for like it should, but it's not adding the offset to the original address from which we are starting from. That's what's happening here. That's why we're off on bytes. Oh, okay. So this detour address actually needs to be this plus size minus size diff. So we should let yeah, that should fix that, I believe. Dot into. This thing talking about tracing fully qualified fat takes beta types. You cannot satisfy underscore from non-zero use size. Dot into. What the fucking shit? Let me try that real quick. We're just gonna say use size from. And so now it should be correct, in which it is. Right. So that's what the problem was. That's interesting. I can't believe I really said I really fucking going full stupid right now. Yeah, there we go. So now our relocations are correct. Well, I mean, let's for the most part, we have a jump short, which is going to jump to this address, which is our original target function. So this is a jump. It's got this thing right here. Where is it? Jump, jump O, which wants to jump right here to load effective address RCX and then call this. I'm trying to say, I guess that's kind of just fine, like TBH, but we don't really want that to be the case, right? We want to fucking fix that. So we should probably take care of that. Let me see how long we're recording for. 2 hours and 40 minutes. I can keep going. Why not? So we're going to fix that. But my question is, why is that labeled as a jump conditional here? So it's like, do they have a certain thing here to say short? Yeah, so if it's a jump short, we don't really want to change it. So we can just be like, alright, that should be pretty easy to fix there. So memory, or we can check if uh is jump short. So if ends dot is jump short. Let's break out. What would say if it's not a jump short, or log info found RIP relative jump short. Ends. So we don't want to break out of those. So if it is a short, else, we're gonna do that. Okay, so let's do that how it is. So what is a JO? JO. Jump if over, I guess? So jump if over. So I guess we're gonna need to see, is it a JCC? So found relative jump short. Okay. So that should fix that, correct? So that will automatically push the instruction. So yeah, that should be good. Let's look at its detour here to see if that's how we want it to look. Smoking dope, getting high. So the jump is short. It should just jump. It jumps to here. Okay. So that's all good now, I believe. Uh, so we're going to move on here from that. So we're now going to. So we relocated the extra detour. Right. We're going to want to create a jump to the detour here. So we have a function for that, I believe, similar. So create jump, which is kind of an old function. Uh, but I mean, it still works. Yeah, we can. So that's his indirect executable buffer. I don't really want to use that though. Um, I guess we can use it, but whatever we use create jump X. I can't remember how to use this executable buffer.
Bet you didn't know that I hate myself the most. Suicide, I boast. All of my fans are ghosts. Something that shows up the dirty coast.
So we call copy bytes here. Uh, confused. Does this thing? How the fuck? Sometimes I don't really need to use this din ASMR2 thing anymore. Probably replace that. I'm not gonna actually use that function. I'm just gonna create. What's another called? Function create underscore JMP. Call it one for now, and just take a non-null pointer to it, or we'll just take a usize address. And then we will just simply create an encoder here, right? Simply create an encoder here, and then create a new instruction with two, or well, with the one actually. Yeah, it'll be with one. I actually want to create two instructions here, so it's gonna be very similar to our call instruction. So here we're gonna move. I'm just gonna move the address, right, as E64 interacts, and then here. I love this song right, bro. This song is hard as fuck. So maybe that's already a thing there, and then we can just turn window. Marijuana, smoke a bad bitch while I roll my marijuana. Alright, so we're gonna do that, and we're gonna encode it with two, and we're gonna encoder dot take buffer, take buffer with it, plus new underscore ends one dot one. Code facility 64, so nah, smoke a bad bitch while I'm on that marijuana. Bitch while I'm on that marijuana. Yo, marijuana, fucking bad. So we actually need to drain more, I just realized, because we're gonna need an extra 12 bytes of size. So it's gonna be minus 12 actually. Need 12 extra bytes. for jump at end. All right, so you actually need to do size, so minus 12. And this would also need to be minus 12 here too. So we're gonna just put that here regardless of let difference equal. Sipping and drink, smoking dope. And so we don't actually need to do really anything here, except we will need the address. So let address, so let detour underscore extra underscore address equal this entire thing. And actually, we don't need to do any of that, actually. We can just say equals this, else none. We could turn around sum of leftover underscore address. I believe you can do that. Yeah, so if statements are expressions, I'm pretty sure in Rust it's pretty dope. So you can do something like that. And then we could say if let sum leftover underscore address. So leftover, so uh, goes detour underscore texture address. So if if we do have this, or actually I could just do it in here. Actually, not do any of this because we don't actually need to save that. We could then do here. We could just say detour underscore bytes dot extend. Let uh leftover underscore jump equal disassembler create underscore jump one to the address, which would be leftover underscore address dot address dot into. So that will create over our new leftover jump, and then we can just extend from leftover underscore jump. Leave that should be good, right? View size found either or two. Okay, so everything seems to be good there. Okay, so now that will allow us to extend our buffer here. Let's just do a quick sanity check on our detour to make sure we actually have the jump bytes here set up. The detour underscore byte, or we can actually just. No, I think it'll be good, bro. I mean, I know what I'm doing, so or do I? Yeah, I mean, I do. I do kind of know what I'm doing, so I think we're just gonna go crazy with it. So we'll fix up relocations for detour bytes. So detour underscore bytes. Um, Maybe we should have extended this afterwards, actually. So maybe we should copy the bytes, do this first, and then extend them. Uh, well, we need to drain them first, right? Hmm. Yeah, I guess I will need to do something else here. So I guess yeah, let address or detour and sort of leftovers equal this. Some else none. So leftovers will be equal to this. Suffix of this if let some leftovers underscore JMP is equal to detour underscore leftovers. Then we will detour underscore bytes dot extend, and we will extend our leftovers. Yeah. Detours leftovers. Echo. Okay. And then detour will be target underscore old location dot address. And then this will be detour dot address dot two. Right. And it's not going to fix uh the call to the original function yet. So we have to do that. We can check to see if this works as expected. So it couldn't can't encode instruction exit, can't encode invalid instruction. What the fuck? Okay. So recoding target function current size 6B. Oh, it's because we are cutting off an instruction here. Yeah, because I didn't actually pay attention to that. So we just need to not cut off an instruction. Uh, the way we're gonna need to do this this I think I might have a functionary for that. Disassembler calculate size or relative to instruction. So I think we can do that to get the actual size that we want. So let difference equal calculate size of relative to instruction. Memory for disassembler, so it will take a function pointer. Those that you won't be to this. Uh, calculate size relative to instruction. Or will it actually? No, I think this actually works right here. Calculate size relative to instruction, and it will be detour. So it's going to take a slice from the detour, which I guess is okay. Sure. Not found in the scope. Okay. Disassembler. unwrap that real quick. And so yeah, so it found something of extra space. Okay. Detour. Okay. So now it's doing print name hook. Let's see. So let's think about just an RCX. Yeah, it's this right here. No, that's not. Must be this actually right here. So it's moving. So it's calling this. So it's going to try and call print name, which is going to end up calling itself. So we're going to need to actually make a fix for that. I need some water real quick. So the problem is we're going to have to add an option here of some of target new location. And yeah, so just simply here, we would have to make this take an option. Uh, so it's gonna be an option use size here. And what do we call this? Original function underscore call. All right, so if this is true, so we'll just pass an original function call here. Original function underscore call. Process instructions. So just take an option of use size, which would be your original underscore function call. Right. And it would just say so if it's a near branch, right, which it would be a near branch. And the call so I guess we have passed in here. So original function call. Copy that, create far branch from near branch. Let's say if is equal to Uh, if let's some original original underscore function call. If that's equal to this, then this is basically going to be like it's set memory displacement. We will say, or let's copy this. Else, let's get rid of that. I'm gonna let uh new underscore ends one equal this entire thing. Okay. And instead of memory displacement, it'll just be for originalium as U64. And yeah, so we will then log info found call to original function patching. All right, test it out. See if we actually catch this call here. Yeah, basis for else. So they will take none if they don't have to worry about that sort of thing, right? So okay, so found arc relative near branch. Clear instructions call this. Let's call this found relative adjoint patching. Not even seeing the 1000 anymore. What the fuck? So the take original function call. Okay, and we're coming in here. No, why this isn't printing that? It should be can't encode an invalid instruction. Detour larger than target, allocating space with detour, so detour has gotten fucked up. how the hell is that even possible? How the fuck is it encoding an invalid instruction? What the fuck? This is where I am confused right now. That really seems very simple, but now it's not working. That doesn't make much sense. Um, so I added this part, now it's not working. I'm not sure why that is. I think just call that one, which is just 22. Alright, patch that. And our next call is, oh, it's a modified address, and it's this call. Then we have this call. Oh, is it because call actually ends up getting pushed to this actually? It looks like it does. The detour target. Yeah, it does actually end up getting pushed to there, so which is why is it failing them? Yeah, that so it can't code an instruction. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. Is it like what? How the fuck is that even happening? Like what? Like what? No, like what? Guess we can just say let mute instruction equal this, right? So I guess that was fucked up. Maybe you can't call in memory displacement multiple times. Let displacement equal this. And so we'll just use displacement here. Displacement here. That might be what it is. I'm not sure if that consumes it. But it shouldn't though. Remember, displacement is an I-16.
On that bitch, you're irrelevant.
Oh wait, my headset's unplugged right now. Button unplugged. Unplug that in real quick. So let's add that to our lib here. So spoken dough. So it found the original, or well, it checked to see the original. Smoke a bad bitch while I roll my marijuana. Yeah, yeah. Smoking dope. So that never gets called. So that's odd. Can we log info? So log info. Displacement. It displacement. Okay. I don't think it's actually the original. Did I not pass in? Oh, target new location. Yeah, so it needs to be target. It needs to be actually target. Alright, so target underscore old location. The whole thing is, uh, I'm already passing that in over here. This is gonna work though. I know that for certonium. Target underscore old location. So it's gonna work for Chevy. Alright, so you can type in original. Found call original function, we patch it. New instructions, but it's gonna say new instructions to this, which that's not what we want though. So we would like to put in target new location. And then some target old location, right? Realistically, that's what we want to do, even though we already have that there. It's kind of redundant here. We're gonna need that. Alright, so it would be look something like, okay, so fix the function relatives, original function call. Uh, so target function call, target new location equal to use size here. So we're gonna just pass that all around the place. going to go into here to target with new location. So this placement, you could go to original as used before, found call original function patching. And then we're going to take in target underscore new location dot unwrap as used before, right? Because this should always have this in place into there. So I'd say yes, matter if it's theirs real quick. What is the error here? Help local variable target of organized. Okay. Why is it now not finding the original function? Target function call. I'm confused. Okay, let's try to run that again real quick. Oh, it's because I changed that. So target old, new, right? That's how we do it. And so this should be the new address of our target. And it is. Okay. So there's our target. I think we're all good actually now. Now we just need to write the bytes here to the location in which my marijuana. Bitch, while I roll my marijuana. Smoking dope, getting high. Turn that back on record round two action. I. So here we would just go to our memory here. So we want to cut by cerebral memory. Smoking dope, smoking dope. So destination will be target. So dot as pointer from our detour by to detour.
Fuck a bad bitch while I roll my marijuana. While I roll my marijuana.
Fuck a bad bitch while I roll my marijuana. So for now, I'm not gonna return anything.
Hypnotized from all the smoke on my head. Living life, don't give no fucks. Put your fuck nigga with my pinky up, my
So let's see if this works. Okay, librs, flex on here. Target is location. Alright. Okay, so we need to call his print name here. Okay, so we hooked it. So hooked input value was koi. High from inside print name. We hooked it up keyword to 1. So we successfully hooked the function and we called the function saying hi from inside print name. We hooked it up keyword. Right. Then it returned 0. We added to the value and returned it. And there you go. That's why I'm the GOAT. Alright, baby. That's why I'm the GOAT. I'm just kidding. Alright, but yeah, that was a fun time though. What was that? Another 3 hours real quick and we got it working. So let's go and delete these Buffingtons real quick. It's gonna upload this to the hub. Yeah, smoking dope, getting high.
And I'm feeling so high like a motherfucking high. Fuck a bad bitch while I roll my marijuana. While I roll my marijuana. Fuck a bad bitch while I roll my marijuana. While I roll my marijuana. Mary Jane, is it strange? Tell the fuck boys they
Alright, well that's the end of the video. Yeah, let me know if y'all want any other, cool vids, like rendering systems and, whatever. 'Cause I'm working a lot of stuff, so I'm down to make some videos of cool stuff. I know I'm not the best programmer, right? Or hacker, I guess. So, yeah, sorry about that. But I'm working on it. I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? Little grind session here and there, little programming action. I'll eventually become programming genius. Anyways, I'll catch y'all next time.